I'm just gonna be straight up. I'm kind of scared to talk about this because I've been avoiding it. But we're gonna talk about it. Back in February, I had a slip up, a lapse, relapse, whatever you want to call it. For 5 days, I went off the deep end, and it was very familiar and very comforting and very welcoming. But in the same breath, I had no desire to really want to be there, but I was going through the motions. I knew I wasn't going to be stuck there, but I had to go through it to get through it. For the first couple of weeks, I want to say the first 6 weeks, my head wasn't in a good space. I didn't really take the time to take a step back and learn from that moment. And I continued to go down a certain path that I was already going down, and I in a fucked up way felt that I needed to be present and show people that, like, shit happens and it's life and it's okay. But I wasn't okay, and I was never okay during that time and even before that time. And I had a lot of support, I had a lot of comments and outreach from people, and the ones that hit the most were the comments from a handful of individuals saying, how can you advocate men's mental health when you don't prioritize your own mental health? How can you advocate for addiction when you were so quick to throw away your sobriety? How can you advocate for the just betterment when you wouldn't even take care of yourself? Those words stung. They stung because there was truth behind it. For a long time, I put myself on the back burner, and I realized that within the first 2 years of my sobriety that I wasn't really doing the steps I was preaching. I wasn't doing the things that I tell people they should do, the things that they should prioritize. I wasn't doing them for myself. I wasn't taking care of myself. I wasn't looking after myself. For the first little while, I'm coming up on 3 months. And I'm at the point in my sobriety, I've hit 2 years before I really don't care to sit there and track the dates down. But I know some people want to ask and check in on me, so this is kind of my 2 cents on it. Going forward, I don't feel the need to sit there and count all the days. I've done it. I don't feel the need to sit there and talk about all the struggles that I had with addiction because I've overcome it before and I can do it again. But what I know and where I went wrong was I didn't take a step back. I didn't, in a sense, stop and take a moment to smell the roses. I was not really taking care of myself. And I know no one's going to say, you don't owe us an apology, you don't owe us this, you don't owe us that, But I will apologize for preaching one thing and not doing what I preach, not following through with what I talk about. For what it's worth, I'm definitely doing better. There's definitely stuff I'm still working through, and that's okay. I'll get through it. We'll all get through it. After that little slip up, I had a lot of embarrassment and even shame, if you will, and it kind of made me feel really guilty about talking about addiction or trauma, mental health in general, or just talking about the things that I was passionate about, because I felt like I had let not just maybe some of my followers down, but I let myself down, and I've been nothing but hard on myself since then. Just wanted to share that with you all. I'm good. I'm a lot better actually than what I was, and in a really weird way, I kind of needed that moment, that realization, the epiphany, if you will. I think falling off the wagon really opened my eyes in the most positive direction possible going forward.